Hello, my name is Jason Strain with MyValleyOnline.com. I'm here with Councilmember Linda Krupa here at the beautiful Hemet Depot. We wanted to clarify just a couple things with you and see if we can shed some light on some of the information that's been passed around Facebook.
Okay.
One of the questions that we had seems to center around how much money council members make. And they get into this line of business, obviously, to make an extra income. Is that correct?
Actually, no, nothing could be further from the truth. We actually do receive a stipend for our time served at the city, and that stipend is less than $600 a month. And for that, well, we're supposed to do all of the meetings that we do, and you know.
So $600 a month obviously goes quite a ways in this economy. Now, what kind of work are you expected to do for $600 a month?
Well, there's the normal things. We have the council meetings and the work studies that we do twice a month on a regular basis. There's also any public functions that we go to. We're always asked to appear at different sessions and different community events. We have our town hall meetings. Anything that we do, anything that we're asked to do is basically what we do, and then do the research that we need to prepare for the meetings.
Now, I understand you serve on different committees as well for the county.
We actually all, most all of us, serve on regional committees. And I will say that for those, we also get a stipend, and we get travel reimbursement, so much per mile to travel to Riverside to go to the meetings. And I personally attend about 4 of those a month. So driving to Riverside, sometimes to Palm Springs, depending on where these things are regionally. And like I said, we do get a stipend to go to most of those, and we do get travel reimbursement.
So now, if anybody wants to find out how much money you make or how much money you take in for campaigns or whatnot, can they find that out?
Oh, absolutely, especially for campaigns. Everything that we raise, quote, for campaign funds is regulated by FPPC. We fill out, if you're actively campaigning, you have to fill out Form 460, and that goes to the state. At least once a year, we have to fill out a form called Form 700, and that's when you basically lay your financial picture out to the world, and it's all public information. One of the things people don't understand is that per FPPC rules and Prop 1234, we are not allowed, as elected officials, to receive more than $40 at any one occasion from any person, or a cumulative amount of $400 from any entity given during a given 12-month period of time, a year. So you have to be real careful about what you do, about going out to lunch with somebody, your best friend buying you dinner, and if it's over $40, sorry, got to pay your own way. A very good friend of mine wanted to buy me a ticket to a fundraising event for her what do you call it? Like a Kiwanis thing. Mm-hmm. The ticket was $50. I couldn't accept it.
Because that put you over the $40
that
rule.
Put me over the $40 rule. I could have spent the $10 myself. She could have done the $40. But again, I would have had to fill out the form that said I accepted this amount from who it was, when it was. So there's so much reporting and so much you can't get caught on that.
So now, what do you have to say to folks that make comments such as the city is able to line their pockets through making deals like Section 8 housing and other things like that? How would that happen?
I don't know. I seriously don't know. Maybe back in, the 1940s, 1950s, before all of these regulations came about, maybe things like that happened with backroom deals and whatever. It doesn't anymore. Developers are, they pay their fees. Everything, is open as far as the city, what we collect and go through.
The city officials never actually see any of the money that comes to the city's general fund.
No.
It's not like You know, everyone's passing around the 20s that come in.
They, unfortunately, they don't talk to us at all about it. It goes in the bank, and and they pay the bills. So, no, being an elected public official, especially on the local level, we are really, just look at the FPPC website. I'll tell you, once you look at that, you will not ever want to run for an elected position, and you're held to a real strict ethics code.
So now, folks that are on the city council, like yourself, you were a career politician, or is this why did you get involved? Why did you do it?
Oh, I got involved mainly because I had looked at the lineup of people that were running for council a couple years ago, and while there was some really nice, good names of good people on there, I finally decided that maybe I should put my money where my mouth was. And people had been asking me for quite a few years to run for city council. I lived in the county for 28 years out by Hemet High School, and then I moved into my rental unit because my rental people were destroying my rental unit. So I'm now living in town, and that allowed me to then run for city council. And it's a challenging job. Quite honestly, I have not earned a dime in my own business since I was elected because I put too much time in at City Hall, and I am self-employed, and just don't have time for it.
So now you said you lived in the valley for 28 years?
Well, I lived in the county for 28 years, and I've lived in city limits now for 8.
And raised family here?
Yes.
And so that's not quite a career politician.
No.
It's more of a concerned citizen.
I've been a community activist for a long time. I've been involved. I watch what the city does, even though I didn't have a vote in the city. I always watched what happened at City Hall because I was affected living in the county. And while I didn't have a vote for who was on city council, I always felt I had a voice downtown, and I still do. Now I have a vote too.
There you go. Now, can you tell us about maybe some interesting projects that might be coming to fruition after 60 years?
Oh, well, one of them, which I did notice had some discussion about it, is the widening of Highway 79. And it's been talked about with the realignment through the valley since probably about the late 1950s. And I know one of my friends had commented that, we may still be alive when this ends, and then again we may not be. But the current widening project started at Domnegoni Parkway on Winchester Road and goes down to Scott Road. That's one section of it because it's done part way up from Temecula. When that is completed, then they're going to start the next section, which is then from Scott Road to down where it's currently widened. Then the final part of it will be through the valley, which takes it from Domnegoni, and there's a realignment to bring it over closer to Warren Road and go all the way through the valley and hook up with Lamb Canyon. And that will help us in the valley because it will provide a better means of transportation so that hopefully we can get the industry that has been looking at coming out here. One of the problems with commercial and with industry in general, they need good trucking transportation corridors, and a 2-lane road and some of this stuff just doesn't make it. You can do it, but they demand more. So we're pushing for the rail. We're pushing to get that done. We want Highway 74 widened and brought in. We need transportation avenues so that we can get the industry out here.
So we can compete with our neighbors.
That's it. And some people will always commute. It's just a given. But if we can have more jobs, more better paying jobs in our valley, it's going to benefit us. No matter if local people get the jobs or people from Temecula or Banning or Corona or wherever. It'll be good.
Well, thank you very much for taking the time to clear up some of these questions that we know are floating around the internet, and hopefully it answered some of your questions out there. And from us here at My Valley Online, I'd like to thank you for tuning in.